Welcome to this video where we explore how NetSupport software helps meet the latest Ofsted requirements. Now, we know within the Ofsted inspection framework there are 4 key areas for inspection. First of all, we have quality of education, then behaviour and attitudes, personal development, and leadership and management. Our tools NetSupport School, NetSupport DNA, and classroom.cloud can help you achieve many of the required elements within each of those 4 areas. First of all, let's explore quality of education. Within the framework, they talk about how teachers present subject matter clearly, promoting appropriate discussion around subject matters around things that they're teaching. With NetSupport School, teachers can show their screen so everyone can see what is being explained. They can also show a video or replay file to elaborate, use a virtual whiteboard to illustrate, and use audio mode to support a wide range of teaching of languages, music, and much more. Teachers can also share their screen in classroom.cloud. This is accompanied by audio explanations and verbal support, which makes remote learning easier for students as it offers them continuity by preserving their connection to their teacher. They also ask that teachers check learners' understanding, systematically identify misconceptions accurately, so forth and so on. And so within NetSupport School's thumbnail view of student screens, you can see who is okay, who is struggling with a task. You can easily undertake any quick surveys to gauge understanding across class, or use our assessment for learning based Q&A mode with 5 different question types to engage students and see where learning gaps are. For direct feedback, you can also use the chat tool with the students or help requests from students themselves, or share a student screen with the rest of the class to demonstrate good work or even to unpick misconceptions. Similarly, classroom.cloud has the same sorts of features, and it also has the flexibility to allow teachers and students to move smoothly between in-person and remote learning, which makes it easy for teachers to adapt their teaching according to the environment and monitor students to maintain their focus, plus deliver feedback via the chat and help request tools, just as you can in NetSupport School. The framework also asks for teachers to design learning in ways that help them remember the content long term and helping them to integrate new knowledge into larger concepts. And so within NetSupport School, there's a student journal, which is a comprehensive summary of a lesson compiled from the teachers and students' notes, and it's perfect for revision or for those who have been absent. To help students remember, you can also leave a recording of the concept they have just demonstrated on students' devices for their reference and send video exemplars to the class for them to reference later on. Using classroom.cloud, you can also interact with students using chat tools, undertake surveys, and use a random select mode to gamify question sessions for retrieval practice so that they can gauge understanding. Within the framework, you're also asked to use assessment well to help students embed and use knowledge fluently to check understanding and inform teaching. They also require that leaders understand the limitations of assessment and not to use it in ways that create unnecessary burdens for students or for teachers. And so, using the test designer in NetSupport School, teachers can create and run customized tests. There are 8 different question types in there that are auto-marked and can display individual results back to each student immediately. This can help reduce workload, and any tests you've created previously can easily be shared and used again in the future. Classroom.cloud also has tools for informal assessment to include the ability to undertake class surveys for instant feedback on any topic understanding. You can also issue rewards to students if appropriate. They also ask that you create an environment that allows the learners to focus on learning, and we all know that technology can provide somewhat of a distraction, but not when you're using the tools available from NetSupport. In NetSupport School, the thumbnail view allows you to see what students are doing at all times, helping keep them on task, while only allowing certain approved or blocking restricted website interactions, which helps to minimize opportunities for students to go off task. The ability to lock or blank student screens in a heartbeat is an effective way to gain their attention while the teacher explains the next activity. And everyone's time is saved when you as a teacher can quickly launch a web page directly onto all student screens, a perfect way to reduce distractions. Similarly, with classroom.cloud, you can do the same sorts of things by monitoring activity of the students via screen thumbnails. You can restore focus with lock screen, unlock screen, and you can also do the same things around simultaneous launching of web pages so that you can maximize the amount of learning time taking place within a teaching session. The resources and materials teachers select in a way that does not create unnecessary workload for staff reflect the provider's ambitious intentions for the course of study. Well, that's what Ofsted say, and what do? Well, at NetSupport, designed with teachers for teachers, NetSupport School provides easy-to-use instruction classroom management tools with the majority of features available in a single click. Work can be sent to and collected from students as well, quickly and easily, and as mentioned a moment ago, with the test designer, tests can be auto-marked, further saving time. Providing only the essential tools needed for in-school or remote instruction, classroom.cloud was co-produced with teachers to ensure its simplicity, thereby ensuring it can be used as a teaching aid immediately and without extensive training. Moving on to behaviour and attitudes, the framework talks about relationships between learners and staff being positive and respectful, about there being a positive culture where leaders, teachers and learners create an environment where bullying, peer-on-peer abuse or discrimination are not tolerated. Well, NetSupport School comes with lots of online safety tools to help staff create a safe and supportive learning environment. Its Safe Search feature prevents inappropriate content being returned in search results. Plus, its keyboard monitoring tool allows teachers to identify any inappropriate or bullying behaviour. In addition to that, there's also a student wellbeing feature in the student feedback mode built directly into NetSupport School. Another of our products, NetSupport DNA, has a safeguarding suite which contains all the tools the school needs to be able to ensure a safe learning environment for everyone. A word cloud of trending terms being searched for, typed or copied by students gives teachers an insight into whether there are any current safeguarding issues that need to be addressed, or in addition, the unique contextual intelligence-based risk index indicates the safeguarding staff how risky a student's online activity is in context. Similarly, classroom.cloud's word cloud and contextual intelligence-based risk index helps to safeguard students in the same way. Students who need help or support can also reach out to trusted teachers via the NetSupport DNA in school hours via a reporting tool which appears in their toolbar. All in all, lots of different ways that you can use our tools to help create this brilliant, positive, respectful culture where bullying and peer-on-peer abuse and discrimination are simply not tolerated. Moving on to personal development. NetSupport School helps teachers deliver technology-enhanced learning using a wide variety of different tools, all of which help to equip students with the foundations of technology knowledge and experience they'll need for the future. All EdTech tools provide students with valuable experience of technology as they progress through their school career. And using classroom.cloud as part of this, it enables you to have both in-school and hybrid or remote learning opportunities, therefore ensuring continuity for students whatever the situation. Finally, looking at leadership and management, Ofsted state very clearly that leaders should focus on improving staff's subject, pedagogical content knowledge to enhance the teaching of the curriculum. The practice and subject knowledge of staff are built up and improve over time. Now, CPD is something that we're hugely passionate about here at NetSupport, and we try to provide support with that in our thinking and our work, linking into how we develop our software. So when we consider the TPAT model, that's the Technological Pedagogical Content Knowledge Framework, we thought what better way to help develop staff by having a variety of modes to help them learn how to use the tool NetSupport School. So within there we have 3 graded user modes for teachers. We have easy, intermediate and advanced, and that enables teachers to work through so they can build their own skills of classroom management and instruction technology at a pace which suits them. Ofsted go on to talk about governance and things around the Equality Act and the prevent strategy and safeguarding, and obviously KICSI is heavily involved in here. And so using a database of pre-supplied safeguarding keywords and phrases covering topics from self-harm, bullying, racism through to the risk of radicalization, NetSupport DNA monitors the school network and uses advanced neurolinguistics to capture triggered keywords used anywhere on the network while avoiding false alarms. Trending safeguarding terms are also highlighted in the student-generated word cloud in classroom.cloud, and so teachers can be quickly made aware of what students are typing or discussing. Ofsted go on to talk about there being a culture of safeguarding, and I mentioned KICSI a moment ago. With our tools, NetSupport DNA, as I mentioned, the triggered events provide insights into students struggling with any type of safeguarding issue. Teachers can mark any students they are particularly concerned about as vulnerable on the system, and the contextual intelligence-based risk index technology in NetSupport DNA and classroom.cloud assesses the context and history of a child's activities from the devices they're using, the time of day and websites visited, including previous alerts they may have triggered, and from this information create a numerical risk index. A high rating could result if a child has repeatedly researched a safeguarding topic, e.g. suicide, out of hours or in hours, in an unmonitored setting such as the library. A lower rating could result from a student searching a lower risk keyword in a local application during school hours that may be required for curriculum topics, let's say. Either which way, our tools when it comes to safeguarding have you covered. Safeguarding is too important to leave to chance. It also asks that we help learners reduce their risk of harm by securing support they need or referring in a timely way to those who have the expertise for help. And so students can reach out directly through NetSupport DNA's Report a Concern tool, which appears either in the Windows system tray or via their toolbar, to let them know if they're being bullied or are concerned for a friend or have any other safeguarding issue. And to help students who prefer to secure independent help, an up-to-date built-in self-service list of external helplines and organisations is also provided with inside NetSupport DNA. If that sounds like it is of interest to you, then please do head over to netsupportsoftware.com where you can learn more about our award-winning software and start your free trial today.